If the first stage of madness is talking to yourself, what stage is it when you start leaving passive-aggressive notes around your own house? Do the washing up. It's been 3 days. Stop eating chips, you're getting fat again. You deserve to be alone. Good evening, my name is Joshua Crosse. I'm 31 years old. My main hobbies are paleontology, amateur photography, and crying uncontrollably in public toilets. That last one is very good because you can do it at work. And for those of you who say that it's not a real hobby, I've got a scrapbook. Yes, I know. So original. A straight white man with mental health problems. I'll be telling you all that I'm a vegan next. And whilst you're on the subject, how do you know if there's a vegan in the room? Anybody?
I'll tell you. For the next month, yes.
So I recently turned vegan. And since turning vegan, I've actually lost 50 pounds buying inedible vegan cheese. If you ever wondered why you see so many skinny vegans, it's because we can't afford to eat. Now, I don't actually like the term vegan. It comes with a lot of preconceived ideas. I prefer the term herbivore, because people are less likely to make fun of you if you're dressed like a dinosaur. Probably the most common preconceived idea is that we all love animals. And I don't. I think a lot of them are dicks. Like the Chinese mitten crab. It's an invasive species. They're destroying our waterways. And they deny the Holocaust. And the blue-footed booby recently changed its name to Yi. So no, I'm a herbivore because I hate farmers and pie shop owners, and I want to drive them all out of business and onto the streets. And when I'm struggling, when I'm craving some cheese or a bit of pizza, I close my eyes and I visualise a farmer at an empty dinner table. His clothes are ragged. He's not washed in weeks. There's a picture of Nigel Farage on the wall behind him. His son's there. He's about 4 years old. And his daughter, she's older, maybe 9 or 10. And he looks them in the eye and he says to them, "I'm sorry, children. I know it's been hard for you since your mother left us. But Josh hasn't bought halloumi in almost 6 weeks. We can't afford the dog anymore. Get me my shotgun. Ladies, give me a cheer if you've ever received an unsolicited dick pic. I love sending dick pics. It's my favourite hobby. I do it all the time. You're giving me a bit of a dirty look.
She wants one.
Just to explain this, I'm not sending them to random people, that would be wrong. I'm sending them to my partner. They're also not of myself. What I like to do is find nicer pictures and send those instead. What I'm essentially doing is trying to catfish my own partner. The other thing that women have to put up with nowadays is mansplaining. Now, for the ladies in the audience, mansplaining is when a man takes something that women are intimately familiar with and explains it back in a condescending, derogatory fashion. Can you imagine, dollface? What it would feel like if a man tried to explain something to you that you were intimately familiar with, like being condescended to by men, in a derogatory, condescending fashion. Now, for the men in the room who still can't understand the concept, what is wrong with you? Why can't men listen? No wonder my girlfriend left me. Well, that. And she accused me of having a series of gay affairs and texting her the evidence. Now, I should probably start to wrap up now. And thank you very much for listening. It's very difficult to come out here and do this sort of thing as a white man. There's not enough white men in comedy. And because being white, I've never been subject to racist threats or violence. I've never lost out on a job opportunity because of my surname. And I've never been murdered by an American police officer. And that's not fair. These are all great sources of comedy that are denied to me by the colour of my skin. And where does this leave me? Dick pics. And pretending to be vegan. You've been wonderful, thank you very much, good night.